I can
Hi,
hear
can you hear
you,
me?
but yes.
Okay, you can hear me, but I can't hear you for some reason. I do not know why.
Check your speakers. Man. See if your audio is coming out through your
Let me
speakers.
hang up real quick and then call back.
Okay. I think it might be on my end. I'm getting drop frames on the stream. It's not good. Probably not gonna be able to do much of the streaming today. See how it holds up. There's some internet issues going on this weekend. I mean, my download looks good. Upload is a little bit low. So that might have something to do with it. Or it could be the Twitch server I'm on, but I don't think that's the case. I'll give it a shot one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'll may have to go to the party chat. Hey, can you hear me, Mardon?
Hello?
Hi.
At least we know that works.
Can you hear me? Can
Hi?
you hear me?
Hi?
I can hear
There
you.
we go. I can
You
hear
can hear me okay? Okay. So I was saying it might be on my end because I am seeing quite a bit of drop frames on the stream here. So, you know, my apologies for having a bad internet day here. But, all right.
We're all having. I think it might be because of the storm. It's the storm. Storm always seems to mess up the internet in so many ways.
Yep. You guys are storming down there already?
No, it's getting gray, so it looks like it's approaching.
Okay, understood. All right, we'll get the show on the road. We'll do our best. You know, if hopefully we'll be able to at least play, you know, and get some a good session in. If the stream is a little choppy, then you know if you have any questions on what's going on, just do your best to watch it. If it doesn't look like it's watchable, then you know we'll work on another time later on to you know with better connection. But anyway, so we haven't had a session in a while, but I gave you some homework on some things that you could practice on your own. You know, like do you have those things, or have you practiced those things since we last met? That's my
Yes.
question. Okay.
A little bit, but I like only been able to do it like 3 days so far. Been practicing
Okay.
the regiment like you asked about with the walk. I've been using that combo you've been showing me.
Uh-huh.
I've been we're focusing more on using the B4 down four, back four, down two, down 4-1, and
Good.
been using the dummy to do random guards, but I don't think I don't think I've come I haven't got I don't think I haven't got it down par yet. So,
Okay. And how about the movement drill?
the movement drill, that's the regiment you told me. I've been working on that. I've been doing I can see a lot better movement than I have been doing. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, when I was up at the up at Mitten Masters, I did a little bit better against Limon, and it helped out. It wasn't the last time I played against Limon was in neutral ground, and it was a one-way beating against his Jin. But after that regiment, I got a lot better at dodging and learning to anticipating his moves. So I got a little better at it. I still didn't beat him, but it was a lot better. It wasn't a one-way beating in the last time.
Good. Yeah, it's always, you know, as long as you can improve. I mean, don't worry about the losses. You know, if you can make yourself better a little bit here, a little bit there, and not make it as bad, then that's great.
Yeah, I also learned a couple of things. Well, I had to learn the B&Bs that was on that thing video. So I'm looking to try those out.
Okay, great. Yep, definitely. You know, I believe once you review that video a few times, you know, it'll make some more sense since now we're trying to break it down to, you smaller chunks here, and really helping you try to work on your play little by little.
There is a
And then
there is a
yeah.
question I want to ask about punishment.
Okay.
Any move that is the same, like the same frame, like I-10 or I-12, can be beaten by the certain moves that was shown in the punishment video that I saw. Is that is that true? I just wanted to make sure that was right, because I know that sometimes not every frame, because even not every frame can be beaten by the same move, even if it is.
Um, so the general rule of block punishment, any move that is -10 or greater can be punished. There are some exceptions due to pushback and whatnot, and also depending on if it hits while you're standing, or you're blocking while you're standing, or if it's a low. But let's just take this for example. You are blocking a move, or your opponent's move, and it's -10 on block. You can punish it with your jabs, like 1-2-2, right? That string that thing has 1-2-2.
So
That's his jab string. The initial jab is 10 frames. So after you block the move, they are -10, and you can punish it 1-2-2.
so
Now,
that's a
this
given.
also, yep, that's a given, yes. And then you can also do the same type of punishment with something that's -11 or -12. Fang doesn't really have any, 11 frame or 12 frame moves that are very good to use for punishment. So between -10 and -12, he's got the jab string, the 1-2-2, or the 1-3, the jab into the kick. You can use either one. The 1-2-2 gives you more damage, but less frame advantage after hit. The 1-3 gives you less damage, but more frame advantage after hit. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to go for damage, you go for the 1-2-2. If you want to go for the frame advantage, you go for 1-3.
What if I want?
And then, yeah, go ahead.
What if I want to go for evasion? If the guys if they're trying to if they're trying to put pressure on me, that back four would probably be the best option, right?
Well, back four is 12 frames, so that is a little bit slow. I mean, it's a fast poke, but it's still on the slow side. I would say use your back one. Back one is your fastest counter hit move that will yield a follow-up shoulder. So back one really, can help stop the pressure.
Okay. Because I was trying to look for another alternative other than back one, because I don't want to be a repeat of that.
Right. I mean, the other thing is dick jab, right? Down one crouch jab. You can also interrupt people trying to pressure you with that. Now you have to be careful. Remember what we said about getting hit and trying to press buttons?
Yes.
You generally don't want to be pressing buttons after hit. So if you're in a panic, make sure you block something first, right? And then you can try to retaliate with the back one just to see if they're going to continue to try to pressure you even after block. Or if you think that they're going to sidestep, like maybe after a couple of jabs or something, if they sidestep, you want to use the back four. Back four is a very good move that you can use to help track them and hit them while they're sidestepping. It's not a yeah.
Another question I just realized: is it possible to use a low parry on someone who's sidestepping?
Well, you can use a low parry, but if they're only sidestepping and not throwing out a move, then I mean, it wouldn't be a wise decision to try to low parry. Now, you can do a quick low parry in anticipation of a low, like they'll throw maybe a sidestep and then on the low. If you think they're going to do that, then you can try for a low parry.
Okay.
Just be quick on using the low parry, because sometimes they'll pick up on you trying to duck or whatever, and then next time they'll sidestep into a mid or something like that to catch you ducking.
All right. One more question before we start.
Sure.
I'm still having some issues when it comes to sidestepping. It's like every time I try to sidestep to evade a punch that I know is coming, I still get hit. Does it matter? What is it because of the fact that it's a directional? It might have something to do with the direction of the punch or kick, or is it that I'm just? In other words, am I sidestepping into the hit? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, it all depends. I mean, jabs aren't the best at tracking, but there are times where if they are hitting you, right, that means they're plus on hit, and you're still trying to step, there could be times where their jab will still hit you while you're stepping because you need time to be able to sidestep, right? There's a certain amount of frames that requires that the character requires in order to sidestep. You may be caught in that animation and not be able to evade a jab even. The best time to really sidestep a jab would be if you're blocking a jab, or if they do like a down forward one or something and then you want to jab afterwards, then you typically, now again, this is not the 100% guarantee, but if someone is throwing out a left jab or a one, right, you want to sidestep to your right because typically left jabs, they don't really track a lot. Trying to sidestep to your right will evade that punch for the most part. There are times where you can sidestep left depending on the character. It's like I said, it's not a 100% guarantee. You have to kind of test out the scenarios yourself. So if you go into practice mode and use Feng, right? If you do down forward one and to jab, right? Just record yourself, or record the dummy doing down forward one and then jab immediately, right? Then block, then have it play over, and then you block the down forward one, and then try to sidestep right the jab. Most likely it'll work. You'll be able to sidestep the jab, and then you can then whip punish them for missing that jab.
Okay.
So it's a little trial and error. Like I said, there's really like no 100% guarantee in the sidesteps, which way to sidestep best. There are some ideas that you can sidestep a certain way for an opponent, which is true because some of their moves that they have may be only tracking one way, and then you have a better chance of sidestepping them if you versus the other way. But in reality, it's just a matter of trying to read what they're trying to do, right, and then being able to sidestep that accordingly. The great thing about that little movement drill I gave you was that you're constantly moving, and there is a chance where if they throw something out, you'll be able to step that and then be ready for a whiff punch of some sort.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah. But yeah, we can go certainly test this out here once we get some games in. We'll actually practice it. I'll do down forward one and do jab. So after blocking the down forward one, try to sidestep right and see if you can sidestep my jab.
Okay.
Welcome to the King of
Another
Iron
question.
Fist Tournament 7.
Yep.
One represents a left jab. Two represents a
Yes.
right. Am I correct?
Correct.
So that means that I have to go. So every jab is everyone's gonna be using their left hand. So,
Not always. There are some characters that do not have a very good left jab. Like for example, Jack, his left jab is super slow. That's 13 frames. It's not really. It's still considered a jab, but not his main jab. Most characters' main jab is their left jab because it's their fastest. Some characters have the same speed as their right jab, but the left jab is pretty much the one that will allow you to apply more pressure than the right jab. Jack is the opposite. His two jab is his primary jab, right? And then his other stuff is a little bit slower than that. So when I play with Jack, I have to use two because that's his fastest jab. But majority of the characters' jabs, the left jab is the fastest jab and the one that will allow you to apply pressure afterwards.
Round 1. Fight.
Are you still with me, Mardon?
yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to do down forward one into jab. So after you block the down forward one, sidestep right. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. See?
Ah,
See that? See that? See?
I see it.
Yeah. And then once you see a whiff like that, you can either do like an up forward four to launch, or forward 1+2, or even shoulder if you're not sure if you can launch or not. So that is the best thing about sidestepping, is being able to anticipate that they're going to miss a move, and then making them pay for that miss. So after sidestepping the jab, I want you to do the shoulder, right? The back 1+2. You ready?
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Almost.
You have to do sidestep into
One.
back 1+2.
1+2. There we go.
Yeah. Faster.
Ooh. Too fast. Way too fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you try with me. Try to do down forward 1 into jab, and I'll punish it. Go ahead.
Okay.
You see?
Oh,
You have to be quick. You have to be quick as soon as you sidestep and you see that you're sidestepping the jab. You gotta be quick with the punish. Oh, so you can always do you know, sidestep into 1-2-2 that string if you're not confident that the shoulder will be fast enough. But at least the 1-2-2 is your fastest punish. So after this, right, if you sidestep a jab, sidestep and do 1-2-2. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. See? I couldn't block that. I held back after the jab. You punished me for that. Let's do it again. Oops. Hang on. Oh, a little too slow. Okay, good. Okay. See what I mean? Like, if you're not really quick in a sidestep, you'll get jabbed.
I can see what you mean.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. And when you get hit, you know, it's harder to sidestep a jab because, you know, down forward 1 gives him a lot of plus frames. So then trying to sidestep a jab is even harder. That's why it's, you know, it may work out that you can sidestep a jab, but most of the time it's going to be a difficult task to do. No. Sidestep first. Yeah. You have to wait after you block the sidestep, otherwise you'll get caught in the block animation still, and it's gonna cut off your sidestep.
Yeah, I gotta stop learning. I gotta stop simultaneous. That's why I'm messing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
Oh.
No, you're not. Yeah. There you go. So you can sidestep that too. There you go. Okay.
KO.
So write that down as a thing to work on, Mardon. Is after down forward 1, do a jab, and then practice sidestepping to the right. Okay.
This should be. I mean, a down forward 1 into and then sidestep after downward 1, right?
Well, yeah. After down forward 1, record the dummy doing down forward 1 into jab. Okay. And then afterwards, have it play over, and your job is to block the down forward 1 and the sidestep right the jab, and then punish it. Now after the string, after the down forward 1 into jab, make sure you're holding back. That way, you know, when you practice it, you'll see that how, you know, whether or not you are gonna punish it or not, and then because you don't want to be like doing this, but then it's not blocking or punishing. So that's a good indicator that you're punishing it correctly. Or you're being fast enough for that.
Okay.
Hey Peter, how's it going? You know, and then the reason why you want to try to sidestep every once in a while is because, you know, if you don't do anything right, then it's gonna be like, you know, just too much pressure, right? So you want to make them pay for it, right? You want to make them pay for like a whip jab or something like that sort. Now, on the flip side, if the opponent is pressuring you, you know, and he's jabbing you and stuff like that, and he's trying to sidestep your stuff, use back forward. Now watch what happens. I want you to block the down forward 1 into back 4, okay? And then sidestep, block the down forward 1 and then sidestep right, okay?
Okay.
All ready?
Gotcha.
Oh, I'll wait for the time to be done here. So, this is very good for you to see that the back 4 is a very good tracking move. So we'll work on that here. See?
Oh yeah, I can see what you mean. It's
See?
sides.
Yep.
I sidestep in the back forward, and back forward caught me because it is because basically it's practically following me wherever I go. That's
Exactly. Now try to sidestep left. Try to sidestep left and see if you can avoid it.
Nope.
Yeah, see, you can't. See?
Nope.
So
This is a-
even though this move is not a true homing move, but it tracks very well. So if you see your opponent trying to move around and dancing around in front of you, all right, and they're up in your face, just do back four, right? Back four is gonna help hit them while they're stepping or they're trying to step. That's why you always be careful when you're doing pokes and stuff, right? And then use the back four to try to catch them stepping, right? Keep them straight, you know, and not allowing them to go around you and punishing you, right? You know, I mean, he has some other homing moves which are a little bit slower, like this. That's a true homing move, and this is also a homing move, and that's a high. But this is quick. This is 12 frames, so this is a very good poke to throw out, even if they're not stepping, right? You just do jab into this and something like that. I mean, just keep them, you know, keep them straight. And then afterwards, if they're playing, you know, back and forth, then you can start doing some lows and whatnot, pokes, right? But always keep them honest with the back four. The back four is a very annoying poke. It tracks both sides, does a decent chunk of damage for a poke, you know, and it'll make them think twice in trying to sidestep around you.
Wouldn't just backing doing a down back, not down back, but just back twice will avoid a back four?
Fight.
You mean like dashing back will avoid the back four?
Yeah, dash back.
I mean, you can try. So I'll do down forward one into back four. You can try back dash, right?
Ready. Oh,
It still hits. I mean, it doesn't hit, but you know, it still
keeps you on. It still keeps you on block, which still prevents you from hitting.
Right, exactly. So you know, the only way that you can beat this back four is after you can interrupt me with jab. So after I do down forward one, I want you to do the 1-2-2 string. Okay, don't sidestep. Just do the 1-2-2 string after I do the down forward one.
Gotcha.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, great. See?
Oops.
Now you're interrupting me because the back four is 12 frames. Down forward one on block is 0. So that means essentially we're both even, but your jab string is 10 frames on startup. So you're beating me out after, you know, when I'm trying to do a back four.
I see.
You can understand that. So now you're kind of understanding the whole, you know, the frames, right? Knowing that things, some like plus, if I keep doing, now if I do a jab, right, left jab, the left jab is +1 on block. That's why it's such a good poke to use, because it puts you in plus status and allows you to, you know, play some mind games with the opponent. You can just jab them and then figure out what they're going to be doing next. You know, do they like to jab back? If they like to jab back, or they like to try to attack you afterwards, watch what happens when I do a back one afterwards. Now I'll jab and then I'll do a back one, but try to interrupt my my back one, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do a jab in the back one. I want you to try to interrupt me after you block the jab. See? Now we know that back one is 10 frames as well. Hitting jab on block gives you +1, okay? And then because the back one is 10 frames, it essentially makes it a 9 frame. Because you're already +1, so it makes your move 1 frame faster.
All right. So
okay, and then
what if you anticipate the back one and decides to do another back one to try to trade?
It's not going to work because the jab, when I jab, I'm already +1. Okay, you're -1. All right, and then once you try to do a back one, your back one is now considered 11 frames because I'm already plus, and mine's going to come out faster.
Okay.
You want to try to do a back one after the down forward one?
Let's see it.
You can see it for yourself. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Now that trade, because down forward one is neutral, right? So it's going to trade. Now watch me do jab into back one. Ready?
Ready. Yeah, I did a back one at this time. You got me.
Right. Down forward one we know is 0 on block. So when we both did back one at the same time, it traded. Okay. And then the jab was +1, which gives me, you know, it'll essentially make my back one faster than yours because you're in minus state, I'm in plus state afterwards. After this, right? This is neutral state because of the move, of the property of the move on block. So trying to do a 10 frame to trade will, you know, that's what will happen. If I try to do anything slower than that, you'll beat me out with the back one.
Gotcha.
That's why it's important to know, like, after you hit with something, it's technically your turn, right? Most attacks have plus frames on hit, and then that way it'll allow you to continue your assault.
Get ready for the
You can do, a jab into a low, a down forward one into, another mid just to apply more pressure, a throw even. There's all these variables that you can use after a move that connects. And that's something you want to keep in mind is, okay, I hit with this move, now it's still my turn technically, right? That's why Fang is a very good character to continually pressure you, because he's got a lot of moves that on hit, puts him in a plus state, and then you can continue applying pressure. And then, sometimes the opponent panics, they try to do something, and you can counter hit them just for trying to press buttons while it's still your turn.
fight.
So like some examples of some poke strings that I like to do with Fang, if I hit with down forward one, right, and then I can go for a low, because if you get hit by mid, chances are you're not going to block low unless you have a read that I'm going to do a low, right?
Right.
Yeah. So or if I feel that you're going to try to sidestep, right? Like if I do down forward one, back four. Again, if you think you want to duck, I back four hits him out of the crouch mode. If you want to sidestep, back four hits again. This move is a very good poking tool. After a move on hit, like jab into this, right? Just to check them, see what they kind of do. And then if you know they're not going to do anything, then you can just do jab into down two, to get some low damage off, or jab into down back three, and then from down back three do raw standing four. I mean it continues on and on until your move gets blocked. Then you can kind of continue with your pressure. But as soon as your move gets blocked, you want to just kind of back away, or just wait for them to press a button, because after your block move, you're in the minus state, right? You technically don't really want to commit to anything at the moment. You lost your turn. It's technically their turn now. So just block their move if they're going to be pressing buttons afterwards. Or if you think you can, evade something like a jab, you can sidestep, right? After down for one and block, right? I like a sidestep, or back four and sidestep. See what they do. So it keeps you moving, going. Keeps you going. That way you're not looking stiff.
Time up.
And then that way,
Round two.
you might be able to avoid a move if they're doing like a very linear move.
So you don't actually have to just keep on hitting no matter what you do. I mean, even just trying to do, like you always see me make a move on something, and that's because I'm always looking to see where it hits. You can still back up and just take a breather and just go and then try something different. Try a different game.
Right, yeah. Right. You don't have to attack all the time, and that is one of the misconceptions about teching, is trying to attack all the time. Now, if you're keeping on hitting them, right, and they're doing something that they're not able to block, that's fine. But then, sometimes you need to back away and then reset the game a bit. Like after they block something, you can backdash. Trying to create some space. If they try to attack afterwards, like I'll do down forward one, right, and I want you to jab. Just do one jab afterwards, and then I'll backdash. Okay, ready?
Ready.
No. I'm gonna do down forward one. You block it, then you jab me afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. See that?
Whoa.
If you just try to do a jab, I backdash and I punished you with the shoulder. So sometimes backdashing after a move, see? Backdashing after a move works well. I mean, that's why using the back four is very good, because even if you try to backdash, it still kind of hit you, or you had to block it. So now this time, just do down for. So I'll do down forward one, and you block it, and then you do back four next. Okay?
All right.
Instead of jab.
Gotcha.
And then that way you'll see
Round
that
three.
even me trying to backdash, I still have to block it. See, I try to backdash it, thinking maybe to do a short range move, but you still got me with the down back four. See, I can't try sidestep, right? I can't, because so after some players will try to poke you, right, and then sidestep, but the back four tracks very well. See, I'm trying to do, I can't even step it. It's so good. See, like even after jab, I can't sidestep. Jab, sidestep. You see, back four. So
I see what you
always one of the best moves that Fang has is his back four, because you can throw it out as a good poke. After hitting with back four, you can do like a low as well. So just kind of mix it up. You can do back four into another back four. Stuff like that. You know, so once you hit, then it's again your turn. You can start messing around with other attacks to try to mix them up. If you think they're gonna block, you can throw. You know, to try to keep them on their toes. And don't be afraid to throw, because throwing is very good in this game, especially against beginners. You know, especially if you can't break any throws at the moment. You can use it to help secure some damage. You know, especially if you're becoming rather defensive.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We'll play a bit here, and then we'll do another like first of three, and then we'll go over some tips and tricks here. Okay. Oh, watch your launch there. Punish. No block. Okay. Punish. Okay. Oh, see now what happens when you go low and you try to do a while staying free. That one does not track, so I was able to sidestep it. Okay. Ooh, good counter. Nice combo. Good combo. Good combo. Okay. No, don't try to launch, Mardon. That's the one thing I see you do a lot, is trying to do this. Just pick this out first, okay? Just do that, right? That way it advances you, brings you closer to the opponent. You can only, I would say, use this only when you're actually when they're whiffing a move, right? So for example, do a shoulder, and I'm going to space out.
I almost forgot something.
Yeah.
I did learn. There was something else I learned over. This.
What's that?
This.
Yep. Yeah, now be careful with this, because this thing is really minus on block. It's not punishable, but I can interrupt your down forward one attempt. But if you know that they're going to stand there and block, like some people are looking for this, right? But if you do this, then you can continue pressure if you want to, because if you see them not going to retaliate after blocking this, then yeah, you can do down forward one. It's just it's kind of like a mind game kind of thing, you know. People are waiting to do or waiting for that to happen, but it doesn't come out. So then you can continue your pokes, you know.
Yeah, I've been.
So that's good. That was a good idea. That was a very good idea.
I learned it from meshes as well, because I was trying to learn something to keep from doing the launch keep from doing the launch period. So I figured if I find a way to use it as a bait and use another move, then it might be a lot better, and it might trap people into thinking that I was going to do a launch.
Right.
So.
Good. See, now you're starting to think a little bit more on the game, which is great. All right, see, look at that, good step. You know, when you get to sidestep something, make sure you punish with jab strings or with shoulder. Okay, now that's a good combo right there. 1-3 at the wall into shoulder, lots of damage.
KO.
Alright, so now we'll just go for a straight match.
You win.
Sure. I think the because my internet is having some issues, we could possibly experience some type of lag. But again, this is just a session. We don't have to worry about the connection too much here.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry about lags on tournaments, but still.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I'm just trying to show you like some basic things, some good poke strings, the importance of sidestepping, also whip punishing too. You know, if you ever see somebody again whipping a move, just be ready to punish with either shoulder for a quick punish if you're close, or the forward 3-4 if you're further away. And that's really important. You want to understand the range of the shoulder, because it's a very good 13 frame punish move, and will put the fear in your opponent just because of how good you'll end up being with the shoulder.
Round 1.
Alright.
Fight.
So for example, go ahead and do a shoulder. Yeah. Okay. Do it again. See? So after whiffing a move, right? that's when this thing comes out, or that's when it comes in handy. You don't want to do it up close, you know. It's just because it's such a slow move. Chances of you hitting it up close is really slim. See now, this forward 1+2 that punishes the shoulder, and then you can get like a free combo afterwards. So go ahead, block the shoulder, and do forward 1+2. Okay. Oops, sorry, my bad. Nope, that's.
Oh, forward 1+2. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I've been practicing
Yep.
trying to do that by myself.
Yeah. Now, okay, so you do the shoulder, and then I'll do it. Yeah, you have to like mash it out. As soon as you block the shoulder, mash it out. Okay.
Ready.
There you go. All right. Good.
Okay, so it really is. The thing is, I always at least I know I'm getting my practice working because I've been practicing my butt off trying to get that 4-1-2 down because I didn't want to use the buttons to do the R1 because I wanted to do it naturally because I knew that it wouldn't feel right if I just kept on using the R1 all the time.
Good. Now remember the combo after this, right? You do the forward. Yep.
Yeah, it's still.
And then this again, right? Yep. All right, so try again. Okay. There we go. Oh.
Perfect. Round 3. Fight.
So for the forward 3-4, so hold forward. I'll show you what. So do the shoulder. Yeah. So that could be a little difficult to punish. So the best way to do it,
it always wins. There's more times where it still completes it even though you still miss it. You miss the 3, but you still hit the 4.
Yeah, if the 4 hits, then you can continue the combo in the same fashion. I think it's just you
just won't get
the mechanic of the move. Yeah, it's less damage for sure, but it's just it'll at least give you a chance to do something. So go ahead and do a shoulder again. Now this particular combo, it's easier if you sidestep right just after this, because currently right now there is a little bit of an alignment issue after this hit. But if you sidestep right and then do forward 3-4, then you'll be able to hit the forward 3. So go ahead and give it a try. I'll do shoulder and you do forward 1+2, and then you can sidestep right and to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. You have to do like sidestep forward 3. Okay. Sidestep forward 3. Try it. Sidestep forward 3. No, just sidestep first and then just do forward 3.
Time up.
Sidestep, then forward.
Yeah, sidestep and then do forward 3.
Fight.
Okay. Do it again. Okay, good. Alright. So now that you got that, go ahead. I'll do shoulder and you punish with forward 1+2. Sidestep right. Forward 3-4. Okay.
Ready.
You have to be a little bit faster. I didn't text real fast. So try it again. Try sidestepping and doing 4-3. You have to be a little faster.
Alright, ready.
Yep.
Oh, missed it.
Perfect.
Oops. So we'll try it again.
Round 5. Fight.
Oops. But you sidestep them like you shouldn't.
Yeah, you have to remember. Yeah, you have to hit with this first. You can't. If you don't hit with it, then the sidestepping is gonna be that won't work. So you have to be faster. There you go. So when you sidestep, I know you're doing sidestep 3. You want to do sidestep forward 3, sidestep forward 3, sidestep forward 3. Okay. You're doing sidestep 3, which is.
Yeah, just sidestep 3, which brings the.
You gotta do this: sidestep forward 3, sidestep forward 3, sidestep forward 3. And just tap down or tap up, and then you can sidestep. You have to sidestep right to do it. So for you, it'd be. I mean, if you're on 1P, then you do down. You have to do a little bit more, like a larger sidestep. Just tap down and then do it.
I'll have to practice that later.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Just practice that one. This forward 1+2 and then sidestep 4 3 4, and then you can practice it afterwards. But pretty good combo afterwards. That's pretty much the only time you really have to do it, is because of the way this thing hits. It puts them off to the side, but if you realign yourself with the sidestep right, and then do that, it'll hit more consistently.
Gotcha.
Cool.
All right.
Time up.
So we'll go ahead and play some more here.
You lose.
Go here. Let's see.
Get ready for the next battle. Round 1.
All right.
Fight.
Good. Go back. Punish. Oh, watch your back. Oh, sorry. Watch your 4 3 4 there. Again, don't just throw it out.
Round 2.
You want to kind of keep it just for whip punching only, or just do this right into. Punish. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Ooh, good one. I'm trying to train you to use back four. Whenever you see someone sidestepping, make sure you use it. Now you can duck the second hit of that. Do you remember? You know that one's a mid-high. Duck the second hit of that.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
Oh, nice miscom. Yeah, go ahead and duck the second hit of that Mardon, and then do while staying 3 afterwards, okay? Duck, and then do while staying 3 afterwards. Okay? Yeah, a little bit faster. A little faster. So, see, like, as soon as you duck,
Yeah,
right? As soon as you duck, you can do that while staying 3. Like, you get up while staying 3. Now try doing down back 1 free. Yeah, do that to me, and I'll show you. See?
Yeah, I see what you were getting at. I just
Yeah.
I let go. The thing is, I let go of the duck too fast.
Okay, good combo. Good one, right? Ooh, good down back.
Great. Round 5. Fight.
Good. Remember, sidestep right after that one. Punish. Nice, nice, very good.
Round 6. Fight.
Good block. Yep, there you go. Ooh, good down.
Great. Final round.
Sometimes you can still forget the.
Now be careful. Now we know down back 3, right? Don't press buttons afterwards. Oh, be careful your launch there. Don't just throw it out. Like if I'm whipping shoulder, that's when you can throw it out. Now you can see. I'll whip shoulder and you can throw it out. Like watch me whip. Now you can throw it out. See? Oh, a little slow there. Now, if you see me whip, you can shoulder as well. If you don't think you can be quick enough for this, just do shoulder afterwards. Ooh, nice. So I'll do shoulder. You can whip it. You can punch me with shoulder too. Yep. Good. Good punish. Good punish. The shoulder is really bad in block.
You lose.
So you really have to be careful how to use it.
Right, yeah, you just don't want to throw it out because, a lot of characters can launch punish it, including Fang. But, it's a very good whip punisher in the respect that if somebody has missed a move, like I showed you earlier, like you backdash and they will miss, use the back 1+2 quickly in order to punish them for it.
Sure. Gotcha. Got it. Okay. definitely gonna be taking more notes once I watch this video. Watch the video. So. So I know what I missed.
Yeah, looks like my internet stabilized a bit here,
Round
so
one.
I think we're good now.
Fight.
Should have better connection. Oh, not sure. Remember, when you're getting hit, don't be pressing buttons. Punish. Okay. Good. Good. Alright, good. Good interrupt. Good. Good block. Good sidestep. Punish. Alright, good interrupt. Good.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, good interrupt. Punish. Good block. Side step. Okay, good interrupt. Okay, good. Back four. Oh, okay, good move. Back four. See how good that move is?
Yeah.
It's just
Round 3.
try to duck, back four. Try to sidestep, back four. Yeah, that's good too. This is like +5 on block, and that makes the back four uninterruptible. You can't do anything afterwards. Oh, watch your launch. I missed that too. Okay. Punish. Oh, good catch on launch there. Okay. Ooh, nice.
Great.
I have to be careful with that jump. Though.
Round 4.
I know that could also be a whiff.
Fight.
Yep.
But I just felt that this one was gonna catch, so I
Okay. Alright, good poke, alright. Back one counter. Wait, I was pressured, so I used back one. You're poking me a lot, so I was like, alright, I need to get out of this.
I couldn't do the back one.
Round 5.
You have to block the down forward one, and then back one will definitely interrupt me. See, if I do, like, I'll do down forward one twice in a row. You try to use back one to interrupt me, okay? There you go. See, if you know someone's pressuring you too much, you know, even with you know, like this in the back four, yeah, this in the back four, you can interrupt me with back one. See? So just be mindful of that. You know, back one is a very good tool. You know, you use it to interrupt a lot of different poke strings. Now, when you block shoulder, what do you gotta do? Forward 1+2, right? Yeah.
KO.
Okay.
Round 6.
Try again.
Fight.
Do it a little faster. Nice. That one you gotta sidestep. All right. Okay. Remember that duck move. You can do this one if you think you're gonna duck. All right, and that'll hit. Down, back, 1, 2. All right. Nice.
KO.
Okay.
Final round. Fight.
All right, good sidestep. Huh? Good, back one. Okay, right, shoulder. Good job. Okay. No, good back one. Good block. Okay.
KO.
Let's see, down forward one's a good poke tool. You know, if you need to get in, use that. Use jabs as well.
This is feeling a whole lot more fluent. It feels a lot more
Good.
Ready for the next battle.
Yeah, and then don't forget to continually move too, right? You know, of course, if you're blocking, you have no choice but to block. But if you have space, make sure you move around. Because I know you don't want to look like you're playing stiff.
and end up in the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That,
Yeah, and then one thing you want to be conscious about too is know where you're at in the stage, because a lot of times, you know, you keep backing away, and then you find yourself with your back against the wall before you know it, right? You always want to kind of sidestep away from the wall, you know, and try to realign yourself in the stage so that way you're not anywhere near a wall. If anything, you want to try to get your opponent to the wall, because the wall pressure would bring good wall damage and good wall combos and so on and so forth, you know. Good down back four. Okay. Good step. Now with the side step 4, right? You can get that, right? As soon as you hit with that, mash on the forward 1+2. Try it. Oh. Yeah, it has a trip. So that move is kind of weird. If it's hit far away, it doesn't trip. But if you hit really close, it'll trip. See, that's far away, right? Now try when it's closer. See? There you go. And then you can do that. Yes. There you go. A good combo. Alright, look at that. Oh my god, Mardon. Good stuff. Look at that. You know your combo from side step 4, right? That I believe I showed that in the video as well. So just be conscious of that, okay? When you see them get knocked down, that's when you can do it, right? Don't do it when it's hitting like just their leg.
Ooh, that's not right.
Because then it's like, you know, don't do this, okay? Don't try to do that. Just make sure it hits, it makes them fall down first. If you're only hitting like a little bit of their leg and they're not falling, don't follow up with the rest of the combo, right? Just, you know, that's, you know, like, yeah, like see, like now that's when I would do the combo. And the combo. Okay. Oh, that's good. There's your whip. Okay. Alright. Oh, good one, good one.
Round 4. Fight.
And that's a good combo there too. If you hit this on counter hit, yeah, you hit Corsical 4-1 counter hit, and you can do it down back 1-4.
KO. Round 5. Fight.
There you go. Now you can also sidestep this too. If you see this, you know, the second one's coming up, sidestep the second one, okay? And then punch me.
Yeah.
There you go. Watch your pressing buttons there. Okay, good. Okay. Back 4. Oh, good launch. Alright, good. Ooh.
Actually hit. Even though you sidestepped?
It has good tracking, what can I say?
You lose.
Good stuff, good stuff.
I still wouldn't try it all the time, though.
No, yeah. I mean, if I sidestepped the other way, Mardon, it would have whiffed. But I was sidestepping towards the side that it tracks well on. And then, you know, these hitboxes, especially with the running moves, they kind of have, you know, their own, you know, one side that tracks well, the other side that doesn't track at all. So I sidestepped the wrong way. I even sidewalk, and then still got clipped. But if I sidestep right, that would have definitely whiffed, and I would have been able to punish it.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say they had a mind of its own.
No. It's just a property with some of these running moves. Most people have a running 3, tracks to one way, like one side better than the other. So typically the sidestep right is the best solution to avoid that move.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright, good. Nice, okay. Oh, missed the counter. Good block. Oh, sidestep. Ooh, good throw, good throw. Good, alright. Okay, good. Okay.
KO.
Yep, that's why I was like that back, you know, like kind of backing away a bit.
Fight.
See what you're gonna do. Ooh, good catch. Ooh, alright, that's sweet. Stop. Okay, after this one, right, you can sidestep left and then stomp afterwards. So just do that and then sidestep left. Okay. Oh, good interrupt. Oh, I didn't punch it. Too slow. Oops. Alright, good down.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Oh, alright, good caught me there. And that's a shoulder guarantee after that move too. Okay, punish. Good, alright. I'm glad you didn't do the whole thing. Yep. Alright. Okay. That's it. After a hit, don't be pressing buttons.
KO.
You see you get hit, block the
Round
next
4.
stuff.
Fight.
I see what, yeah.
Yep, if you see that, it's the sidestep, you know, sidestep. Okay, you're good, alright. Nice, that's even better. So, I mean, you know, use his Kempo step. It's kind of like a, you know, a nice little backdash even. Like, you know, after you jabs, you know. Like if you just jab after I do a jab string after I do 1-2, right? So do 1-2. I do 1-2 and then you do 1-2 after. Okay, ready? See? See how good that is?
Yes.
Great.
I thought that was going to be a next shot.
All right, yeah. So like, don't be afraid to use the back Kempo step, because the back Kempo step kind of acts as his manual backdash as well. But then it leads into other moves. So you can do the back Kempo step into 2, which knocks him down really hard, kind of like back 1 on counter hit, and then you can dash in and do shoulder. or you can do the back kempo step into 3, which is this jump kick. That allows you, it hits him up in the air, and then you can do a small combo afterwards.
Okay.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, good catch. And practice that combo. Back 4. Bless you. Down 4, very good poke.
Round 2. Fight.
There you go. Good duck. Good. Oops. Be careful, don't pre-press buttons. Alright, so shoulder.
Round 3. Fight.
Alright. Good block. Good shoulder.
KO.
They're gonna stand there, do more of these, or just do down back 3, right? And then yeah, just be careful when you're doing this. Don't do that afterward. That's just kind of like asking for hurting. It's best to do this into while staying 4, or this into while staying 1. That's it. Because this one into this catches them. While if they try to backdash, this one is good because they, really good counter hit move afterwards. Good block. Okay, good catch. Punch in the shoulder. Okay. Alright, get interrupted. Ooh.
I think the wrong time to cancel that.
Yep.
Round 5. Fight.
Finish. No, don't be pressing buttons. Now, this is not plus on block, okay? It's minus. So if they block that, then just block that next time. Okay, now it's your turn. So good block. Alright, good throw. Oh, good stab. Nice. Nice combo. Oh, at the wall splat. Could have done this. That little chain afterwards, like 1-3 into the shoulder. So much
Round
damage.
6.
Yeah,
Fight.
No, you're doing good, man. Just keep it up. I'll keep reminding you. Yep, good. Don't commit to the whole thing. Okay.
Just wasting one hit. You waiting for just me to waste one thing. I'm starting to realize now that it's like you could be desperate. I mean, I have to be careful just because I'm desperate. Doesn't mean I am like bound to make a move just because I'm desperate because I'm on the wall.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, if your back is to the wall, make sure you try to sidestep away from it. Like, get yourself out of there if you can. Because if they give you some room to breathe, take that opportunity to get away from the wall as far as you can. just sidewalk away, and then that way you can reposition yourself to better, better place in the stage.
What about the situations where you're not when there's no wall, like Infinite Azure?
Well, if there's no wall, then there's no wall. I mean, you can just keep moving around, but you don't have to worry about the wall because you're never gonna have one. So that's an exception. But if you're playing a wall stage, being with your back against the wall is very dangerous, and a lot of good players will wait for you to do something stupid, right? Something desperate. They'll make you whiff, and then they'll punish you for it. Good punch there. There you go. Good step. Good sidestepping away from the wall. That's excellent. Good stuff. Okay, good interrupt. Oh.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Good block. Now after this block, hold on a second. So blocking this, right? You can do a while standing 3 afterwards. You ready to block it?
Ready.
Right. While standing 3. There you go. Now after while standing 3, you can do this, right? Just as soon as you hit with this, just mash on the forward 1+2.
No.
It's just like we had to do with the other some other launchers. So go ahead and hit me with the while standing 3, and then forward 1+2 afterwards. Here, okay, almost got it. There you go, and then you can do the same combo with this. Okay, try again. Okay, good, all right. And you don't have to worry about sidestepping or anything. The only one you have to sidestep with is after forward 1+2 by itself. Okay, good. Nice. Now after that, the second set of that, do 4-3, right? 4 slide 3. That little hands. Yeah, do that one afterwards. Because if they stay on the ground, this is gonna hit them while they're grounded. Okay. If they just stand up and block, then it's just more pressure for you.
So it's more.
Now,
is that more of an alternative if you're still not close to close enough to the wall?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can just do tosses out because they have to block it if they stay on the ground. This is gonna hit them grounded. So like if I do the combo, watch, I'll show you. Oops. So at the wall, right? Do while standing 3 at the wall, and then do 1-3 and then shoulder. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
I keep
Standing 3. Oh, yeah, 1-3. Yeah. After that, 1-3. All right, 1-3 into the shoulder.
Fight.
Yep. Go back.
So that's why Train did that. Train taught me. Train was teaching me.
There you go.
This is what Train taught me to do, along with another long combo. I thought he was just making it up, but it turns out it makes sense why to do the 1-3 and then the 1-3 and the 1-3 on the wall.
Yep.
He keeps up the combo.
Yep. Because at the wall, you have like a certain amount of hits you can hit them at the wall for a wall splat until they start falling down really fast. So
what about 3?
Typically.
What about 3-3-4? Does that make a good wall splat too?
I mean, the 3-3-4 you can hit with it, and then delay the 4 for the last hit if you want to, but it won't give you that much damage. But at the same time, it does give you access to the back turn, right? So once you do that, right, just do while standing 3 on me at the wall, and then do 3-3-4. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. See now you have a back turn pressure, right? If I try to get up, I don't know if you're gonna do a mid or a low to knock me down again. So here's the thing: after you launch me with the while standing 3 and then do 3-3-4, I'll try to get up, right? And then do back turn while you're back turn. Do down 3, okay?
Gotcha.
All right. You have to do down 3 when I'm getting up.
Oh,
Okay, try
okay.
again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see? Right? I'm trying to get up, and then like you hit me down again, and then you can do some more pressure after. You can stop me after that.
Stop me down to you. Anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Any
See?
lows that I have.
Exactly. I mean, you don't want to be like you want to continue the pressure. So back turn Fang is very good. It's one of his best stances in this game because it's simple, but at the same time you're worried about some other options, and it's, it can be pretty difficult to guess. Guess wrong, you get knocked down again. Because he's got the back turn into shoulder, right? Like a little back shoulder he's got. He got back turn into the down 3 sweep. He's even got back turn into a throw. You know his back turn throw is 1+4?
Yes.
Or 2. Yes. Okay. That move is really good because it's a 1+2 break.
Yes, I
and
know.
It does a lot of damage.
It sends him in the air and he actually breaks him with his hand. I believe that's the
Yep. Yeah. It does a ton of damage. So that's why it'll make people want to like try to break the throw. But then again, you have your back turn shoulder.
Fight.
You have that one, right? You have this, or you have the throw. It's so much, so you can mix it up between the two.
And of course, there's also the. I'm trying to think. Go ahead and hit me.
What do you want me to do?
Go ahead and hit me.
Go and hit you. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
I was trying to do the. Okay, hit me again.
Are you trying to do parry?
Yeah, the punch parry is more.
It's 1+2. This thing. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. If you know they're gonna throw out punches, you can do you can do the 1+2. Very, very useful. And it counts like as an automatic attack. So.
Fight.
Yeah, see, when you get it up, you can do down back 3 afterwards. Alright, good side step. Okay, good block. Remember, while saying 3 afterwards. There you go. Remember that? No, remember the forward 1+2 combo?
KO.
Well, it took me a while to finally do that.
Yeah.
But I figured you want me to do that first.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, a little too fast on that.
Ooh, messed up.
Oh, messed up like that. Now be careful when you're trying to block that. And you want to react to it. You just don't want to hold down all day. So while you're standing, when I do it, then block. Okay? There you go. Don't just do this and then, expect me to do it, because if you do that, I'll do this. See?
I get you.
Yeah.
I forgot about the low parry.
Oops.
Man, I can't see the. Yeah, I can't see the.
A little too fast. You're doing it too fast. You're doing, I don't know what you do. Oh, you're doing 3-4. You're just like doing it like this. Let's see. You have to make sure you press forward. No. Good stuff, Mardon.
Dang.
Lose.
All right. We'll play one more game, and then we'll do a recap. I'll have you take some notes for some things you should work on next. And go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing it much better than our first session, which is great. I like seeing the improvement. Trying to build on this little by little, and it'll be up to you to put it all together, giving you little pieces of the puzzle, and then once you put it together, then it all makes sense.
Yeah, and I still got a lot of time to work on it. I got and practice on it too, because got neutral ground on Monday, and then your session's coming back on Wednesday.
Yep. Actually, next week I need to change the session schedule. I'm actually traveling again for work, so I can't do Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm gonna have to do like a Tuesday. Monday you can't because of neutral ground. So next week will probably just be a 1 day session. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a mix or if I want to do just one skill over the other. So we'll see. I have to figure it out tonight.
Dang.
KO.
What was I trying to do? I didn't know.
Round 2. Fight. KO.
Go for a throw. I see that.
Round
work.
3. Fight.
Watch pressing buttons after getting hit.
Dang it. I had to escape, didn't work.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, good dive.
That was supposed to get me a get you out of the way. That wasn't meant to be a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see, some people will try to keep you at the wall here. They'll sidestep with you, you know, and then it's like, watch your 4-3-4 there. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh, forward 1+2. Faster. Nice. Oh. Get back. Okay. Oh, you punch it. All right, good stuff, Mardon. Seen a lot of improvement since our last session. It's very good stuff.
All right. So.
All right, so let's recap here. If you want to write some stuff down, feel free to do so.
All right.
We talked about being able to sidestep, right? In the beginning, we were doing down forward 1 into jab. I wanted you to, when in your spare time, record that jab, that down forward 1 into jab sequence, and then after you do that, have it play over, and then you block the down forward 1, sidestep the jab, punish it with either the jab string 1-2-2 or the shoulder back 1+2. Make sure when you record the down forward 1 into jab that you hold back afterwards, so that way you know that you're doing it correctly. If they're blocking when you try to punish them, that means you're doing it too slow. But after you sidestep the jab, immediately punish, and they can't block no matter what. The other things we talked about was using back 4, right? Back 4 is a very good move with Feng that tracks both sides. And even though it's not a homing move, if you feel that your opponent is trying to sidestep around you, use back 4. It's, there is no negative to using that move. It's a fast poke. It's safe on block, tracks both sides when they're trying to sidestep. Uses the poke to make sure that they're not gonna run in circles and catch you sidestepping stuff. Also, under pressure, right? Make sure that when you're getting hit, block. Do not try to press a button afterwards. It'll cause you to get counter hit by their next move. Instead, make sure you block. Right? If you have to backdash afterwards, do so. Maybe you can try to make them miss their next move. You can try to sidestep right or sidestep left. So you have your options there after a blocked move. But after you block a move, it's still kind of your turn. So you block a move. If they want to do something else, you can try to do a back one and interrupt them, cause a counter hit, and then do your follow-up shoulder. Just have to watch out what they're doing, and then see whether or not you should just back off and try to start things over again, or try to interrupt their pressure with the back one. We talked about using I'm trying to think what else is there. Throws. Okay, don't forget to use throws. After some pokes, like a jab poke, if you hit him with a jab, it's okay to throw afterwards, because most people don't expect that. Right? Use your down forward 1+2 throw to throw them off guard, because that means they have to break it. If they don't break it, that means they can get thrown for some damage. The other thing you want to do is also use down 4. Right? After like some poke strings, you hit with it, do down 4, because most people are not going to be blocking low, unless they see that you're doing it a lot. Then they'll try to block the low. In which case, you can mix it up with a back 4. Okay.
Gotcha.
Good. And then
we also learned that when you block a sidestep 4, you can use while standing 3, and then forward 1-2.
Yep.
Just to start off a combo.
Yep. Exactly. The other combo starter is on counter hit. The quarter circle forward 1, that little low head shoulder thing that he's got.
1 and 2.
Yeah. On counter hit, you hit with that. You can do down back 1-4 into shoulder. Right. That's a simple combo. Or you can do after down back 1-4. You can do forward 3-4 into shoulder afterwards. That's a decently damaging combo that you can practice on your own. And then don't forget the forward 1+2 on normal hit. What we did was try to practice punishing shoulder. If you do the forward 1+2, make sure you sidestep right just a little bit, and then you can do forward 3. So practice a sidestep right into forward 3, and then make sure you can get that combo down as well, because that's a very good launcher. It's safe on block, but it's at homing too, so you may catch people off guard with that move. And then finally, after the combo that we worked on, the 4-3-4 jab, 4-3-4, right? Yeah. We talked about using that handspring that he's got, the 3-4 handspring, or I forget, 4-3. Is it 4-3? Yeah, 4-3. So use that as a means to chase down the opponent. If they're on the ground and you do the handspring, it's going to hit them on the ground. If they get up, they'll block it, which is fine, but it's a means to continue pressure, after you do that particular combo.
That's the back tempo move, right?
No, it's just the 4-3. That spring forward. Yeah, the little hand spring that he does.
Oh, yes.
With his head. Yeah, so do that move after the combo, and then like I said, if they stay on the ground, it'll hit them, and then you can continue doing some pressure. But if they block it, it's their turn now. Just hit the brakes and just wait and see what they do next.
Got it.
Good. Okay. Good.
All right. Of course, that back kempo move is something you also taught me.
Yeah, the back kempo too. So we talked about back kempo step kind of being Fang's manual back dash, right?
Yep.
So instead of having to do back, you can do the back kempo step, and then follow up with either 2, which gives them the same type of pushback like a back 1 counter hit. So you can do the kempo back step 2 into shoulder. Okay, that's a very good follow up, good damage. You can also do the back kempo 3, which is kind of like his little hop kick. Very good because A, it launches, and you can do a mini combo, and then B, if you feel like your opponent is going to be doing a low, then you can throw that one out, and because it goes over the lows. All right, the other back kempo step move that we didn't talk about was back kempo step 1. That's his low, kind of like a low move from that step, and normal
step
hit.
one or side step one?
Just back one.
Oh, back.
So no, back kempo step 1. So the back 3+4 into 1. That's his low option from that stance.
Okay.
And that allows you to, on normal hit, it just hits for some damage, but on counter hit, it knocks him down, and you can do a stomp afterwards.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm writing down a lot, trying to make sure I make sense so that I can, so I won't be confused with my own handwriting. But then again,
Sure.
But then again, I can always rewatch this and start over.
Yeah. Now, you'll see that the stream is a little choppy in the beginning because I noticed I had a lot of drop frames, but now that the stream is actually stabilized, I'm not seeing any more drop frames, which is good. But if you have any questions about any part of the stream or anything that I may have said or what we went over the session, feel free to reach out to me.
You got it.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Mardon. Just want to get your feedback on the session. What did you think? Would love to make sure that I'm continuing on the right path here.
Okay. First off, the Discord actually is okay. It works perfectly. I never tried it with something like this though, because the thing about Discord is that if the internet goes out, the voice can still your voice calls can drop just as fast as as playing on the PS4. But since you're doing this separately from the game, I think you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
The session was very good. The session was definitely very good because I definitely learned a lot more and understood, and I answered, and I end up learning, I've learned a lot, asking a lot more questions, so I'm a little more comfortable about that. So that's also good.
Awesome. Yeah, I know you have a lot to work with. Again, not only did we learn stuff today, but also continue to review what we did in our last session. It's really important that you build upon what you learned after every session, right? Like you work on the new stuff, but then you continue to review the old stuff, and then you keep going back and forth with the new, the old. Start building up upon it, and then you'll see that you have a more complete play style once you start incorporating all the stuff together. Again, a lot of it is muscle memory, a lot of repetition. That's okay if you don't get it the first time. Just if you're getting frustrated, if you feel like you can't get it down, move on to the next stuff. Okay, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times in 2-3 days in order for you to finally get something right.
Yeah, it took
if
me
you
a while.
can't get it down consistently, right? If you can't get it down consistently, just move on, do something else that you feel that you would be able to do or have an easier time with. And then, mark down the stuff that that you have a good handle on, and then make it, I would say just jot down your progress, right? Be like, okay, my back one counter hit in the shoulder, I can probably do like 4 out of 10 times, and I need to improve on this, right? Or next thing would be like, okay, I have a good understanding of how back 4 works. Whenever I see someone sidestep, I will throw it out. That way they can't try to sidestep around me. It's just stuff like that. Make a little notes for yourself to, a self-assessment, so to speak, right? Just as you keep going, as you keep practicing day by day, whenever you get a chance, after you do certain things, write down, okay, I did really well with these things. I still need to work on these things. So maybe next day I'll focus more time on this stuff first. And then, once you start getting all the other stuff, good, then put it all together. Right, you'll see it all come together in no time.
Understood.
So yeah.
Basically, I'm pretty much doing it's all repetition because it took me a long time to finally F forward 1 2 together because it took me a while to realize I had to do right hit go right first, then hit 1.2 1 plus 2 in order to make it work. Because every time I did it simultaneously, I always ended up with the mid hits or the
Mm-hmm.
mid hits, and it's
Yeah.
because I always end up with something different. So I had to really learn what to do first in or before I could actually do it.
Right. Yeah. Your execution, you kind of have to work on that on your own, like how your hands work. To me, pressing in both at the same time works for me, but sometimes you feel that you need to press or move with your stick before you press the buttons. It all depends on how fast or slow you are. In which case, if you think that your button pressing is faster than your joystick movement, then that's when you kind of have to play, okay, I need to time it so that I press the joystick forward first and then slightly afterwards press the buttons. That it's just how your body works. I mean, eventually maybe it'll catch up to you, and that way you can do it both at the same time. But sometimes you just have to make those little small adjustments, be able to, you know, have to move the joystick before you press the buttons to get the right move that you want. And there's no, don't worry about what anybody else says. Just do it how you do it. As long as you can do it, who am I to say how to do it, right? I mean, if you can execute it properly, do it how you feel most comfortable doing it.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
That actually makes me feel. That actually makes me feel a little bit better on when it comes to doing this, because I keep feeling that that no matter how many times I do it, I always mess up. I keep messing up on it, and it kind of makes me feel like I can't. I'm doing everything right, and yet it's still not coming out. And that's so now knowing that kind of makes me kind of realize that it's not me. It's not me. So I feel a lot better doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to kind of, like I said, just experiment how you like to execute moves. Like, I know sometimes you have an issue with forward 3-4 after sidestep. You're just gonna have to work on that little sequence, and then figure out how the best timing is for you or how you want to do it. Everybody's a little different, so do what works best for you.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, I did not like on an emergency to do these moves, because then it would feel like I would have to rely on them, and then if it doesn't work and I have to rely on doing it naturally, I want to learn both. I just want to be natural about it so I don't have to rely on making these preparation buttons and feeling like my game is like completely fake.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Cool. Well, like I said, you're coming along, Mardon. I definitely see some improvements little by little. Again, it's all going to stick at one point, and you can be able to do all this stuff without me telling you what to do, because everything on your sheets of paper, if you do all this properly, on your own too, you'll be able to have a fighting chance against some of the better players out there. So, I'm looking forward to that one day. And when you start doing things and beating people, then it's like, you gotta watch out for Mardon.
Yeah, fortunately now that the summer's kind of given me a little bit more time to learn, to at least have some time to learn. So because I got a couple more days off,
Yep.
so and to work off, so I can get on even if it's not a full hour, at least 30 minutes to at least go over some things that I can learn. Or if I get an hour, I can try to learn as much as I can. Or if I got a day off like this, I could probably play a whole day, but I don't want to overexert myself.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, don't practice too much per day. I mean, you want to do what you can, maybe like an hour or two at the most, but don't play like 8 hours a day. It's just overkill. And because you want to do what you can that session, and then let your body kind of absorb it, to take it in, right? Because that's what the whole point of repetition, muscle repetition. It needs time to understand what you're doing, so then the next time you play, it'll understand the timing. If you keep playing and playing and playing, eventually you'll get to the point where your body is just not, it's getting tired, right? And it doesn't want to do it anymore. So it's telling you, always listen to your body.
Gotcha. Yes.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
My body definitely tells me when it's time to stop. So.
Exactly. Good. All right, Mardon. Well, it looks like we got a lot of work to do. So continue working on that, and we will catch you later on. Whenever you want to do a session with me, feel free to reach out, and we can schedule that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to wait until next month to do the next session. So
Okay.
I will, because I told myself I was going to try to do two a month. So
Okay. Awesome. Sounds good, Mardon. Well, take care and have a wonderful weekend.
thank you. So I'm going to try to learn the rest on my own, and then I'll see you. And then I'll see you next month for the next session. Probably if I'm lucky, maybe the first or second of the month, maybe.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right.
All right. See ya. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. For those who've been watching, appreciate you guys checking out the stream again. This is one of my local players here. Really struggling at first to learn Tekken. Doing these one-on-one sessions with him allows him to be able to kind of understand the game better, more personalized attention. It kind of tailors the session towards him and being able to answer his questions and showing him some things. For those of you who understand what it's like to be a beginner, you know how difficult it is to pick up this game. So myself, just trying to give back to the community in some sense to help them, the beginner players, give them the attention that they deserve so that they can learn how to play this game and hopefully one day be on their own and be a little bit better at this game. Until then, guys, thanks a lot for joining. We will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Have a good night.